All right, Ricky here with Breaking Your Barriers, coming to you with our segment on hanging out with local heroes. And today's local hero is locally in Valenzuela, Metro Manila. Yes, that's right, the Philippines. I was given this opportunity to have an interview with this amazing lady, who, by the way, let me just share a little background. Her mom was so proud that she said, "You need to interview my daughter because she's been through quite a few challenges and whatnot, and everything that she's trying to pursue in her life, being an advocate, a spokesperson." So, with that said, it gives me an amazing and great pleasure to interview Ms. Mutya Pacis, who is also a beauty queen. She's going to be competing in 2021. So make sure to get your signatures now. You want an autograph? You get it from here. You leave a comment and say, yes, she is beautiful. She is going to win. Please feel free to introduce yourself, and we'd love to hear about your amazing story getting into this field of pageantry.
All right. Mabuhay. My name is Mutya Kristina Pacis. I'm 40 years old, happily married for 16 years, and a mom of three amazing kids. I'm a cake artist and a dance fitness instructor during weekends. And I'm an advocate of holistic wellness or holistic health.
That's amazing. That's, mind you, to all the listeners, as well as those of you who are going to be watching, number one, and this is coming from me because I didn't know, I thought she said 14 because she doesn't look 40. I was like, 14? Okay, yes, that makes more sense.
40.
But 14? 3 kids? Dance instructor, cake decorator. Do you see how fit this woman is in front of you? Holy moly, that's wow. We love to have fun here, but more importantly, we want to find out at an amazingly young 40 years old, what made you want to get into competing as a beauty queen, especially in this up and coming end of the year 2021?
All right. Let me just share a little trivia. I used to join the Mutya ng Pilipinas when I think I was 21 at the time. So at the time when I joined, it was just purely for prestige, for the crown, for the glory. But now that I'm 40 and I have stumbled upon this pageant wherein they focuses more on the candidates' advocacies and charity. So that's what made me said yes to the pageant. So right now, I really joined the pageant because I think at this time, purpose and advocacy outweighs more than the pageant itself, the prestige itself.
What is it that you're advocating? And because we'd love to hear that, and we'd love to support you.
Well, for the past 8 years, I've been doing charity works. No, depending on which project that I'll be collaborating with. So sometimes I do feeding programs with brain booster activities for the children of impoverished areas here in Manila. And then sometimes we go to the calamity areas or in sometimes due to floods like Ulysses last year.
Right.
And yeah, so for me, I would really love to encourage people, no, to really learn to find the balance between their mind, their body, and their spirit, so that in the process they may be transformed to become the best version of themselves, no, in the service of other people. So that's really my passion, to encourage people.
We both share the same wonderful passion, and our goal here for hanging out with local heroes is inspiring one person at a time.
Exactly.
And what's beautiful about you is, number one, you are a beautiful young lady. More importantly than that, you have a beautiful soul. And with regards
Thank
to
you
what you want to
so
do,
much.
Yeah, you really do. You're not only beautiful outside, you're beautiful inside, especially with being an advocate for so many different charities that you want to help. I'm sure if you could split yourself into 20 people, you would be helping as
Yeah, I
many,
could do more. Yeah.
right?
I would love that. I would love that.
She has this passion to help people, and you can't make that up. You cannot
True.
just all of a sudden conjure that up.
Mhm.
She has it in her heart. This is so amazing to me. Now, I'm curious, Christina, what what do you do? This is having to do more with the pageant. What do you do to prepare for this pageant? Because I know you have to be physically prepared,
Mhm.
you have to be
Yeah.
mentally prepared,
Yeah.
and emotionally prepared.
Yeah.
What process do you take?
Well, honestly, I'm just taking it one day at a time. I don't want to be overwhelmed with too much pressure. I mean, I've been working out since like 3 years ago, so it's just
Wow.
normal for me. And then right now, kasi I'm into attending life coaching sessions, and I'm also into meditation and mindfulness. So I'm just taking it a day at a time.
That's very good. So you want to make sure to do the most important thing, which is to stay balanced.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Stay grounded. Stay balanced.
And you said the key word because most of these amazing ladies who are competing for pageants, you wouldn't believe how amazingly grounded you are. And as beautiful as all of you are, you're so down to earth, and I love that.
You.
Really appreciate that about most of you as well as your competitors. I just want to say good luck when you do compete. And I want to, I'm sure most of our listeners would want to ask you, when you're not competing, when you're not advocating, what what issues as well as challenges and adversities do you run into? And when you run into these adversities, how do you overcome them?
Okay. Another sharing session.
Please.
Actually, last December, I had a miscarriage. So actually, I found out that I was pregnant. I was in the middle of organizing, I think, four outreach programs
Mhm.
for Laguna, for Rizal, and for Cagayan. So after Christmas, I had a miscarriage, and then 3 months after that, our family contracted COVID. So it was like from up and then down and then down again and then. But I'm still grateful, because um, during those situations, I was able to really see those people who are really concerned about us. And I think uh, part of having to bounce back easily from those kinds of situation, I think mindfulness and meditation and being grounded has helped me and my family to be able to overcome or surpass those challenges.
Wow. That's all I could say. Wow. And the reason being is because number one, I'm so sorry about the miscarriage. That's terrible. Number two, all of you contracted COVID.
Yeah, five of us.
Oh gosh. And both of these circumstances are ridiculously life altering. For
Yes, true, true.
for you to bounce back after something that devastating, I
Mhm.
do I really I tip my hat off to you. That's amazing. You are an inspiration to those people who believe there is no hope. Was
There
there
is always hope.
thank you for saying that. Yes, there is always hope. You're right. Now, if you were to offer somebody some of your experience as well as your advice, especially with the crazy things in your life that you've been through, I know a lot of people are worried about what's going to happen next, that
Yeah.
they feel hopeless. What advice
Mhm.
would you give them?
Okay. Well, as human beings, we are gifted with a wide variety of emotions, right? So it's okay to sometimes feel sad or feel frustrated or, you know, feel the feelings towards those negative emotions. But I think as human beings, we are also given the power to choose. So if you are in a situation where you think it is hopeless, or it's frustrating, or you feel hatred or anything negative, I would really advise you to just take a step back, look at the situation in an objective and positive standpoint, so that all your decisions, your actions, your thoughts, your words will be coming from a place of love, of compassion, of joy, forgiveness, and understanding.
Wow.
That would be my advice.
For those of you that feel hopeless, rewind that section again, listen to it again. Now I'm going to ask you something, because this has to do with your field of expertise in a sense. This has to do with people who have different body types and people who are being body shamed. You are super fit. It's funny because you're super fit, but you also are a cake designer.
Yeah, I do make sweets, right? It's so ironic.
When you visit Kristina, make sure you get yourself a keto cake. Okay. But I was going to ask you, with regards to people who also feel embarrassed, because I can talk to you for a long time. You have so much to offer, Christine. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Now, with regards to people and their different body types or whatever it may be, coming from somebody who is into fitness as well as pageantry and, funny enough, into baking, what do you suggest for those people who are worried about what they look like, regardless if they're super fit? Because you have people who are super fit and they're still insecure.
Yeah.
What's your advice with people who are worried about their body type?
Well, I guess I will just tell them to love yourself more, because nobody's going to do it for you. It's just yourself. So love yourself, appreciate yourself. Um, don't be too overwhelmed or be affected by the outside forces.
Right.
No, I've read one time on Facebook, no, and for me, I find it relatable. Uh, we humans, now we should be like a bottle of water, not a bottle of soda,
Mm.
right? Because as hard as you shake a bottle of water, when you open it, it's still calm.
Mm-hmm.
It's still grounded. But when you shake a can or a bottle of soda, you know what happens next. So be a bottle of water.
I love that. So basically, control your own temperament.
Exactly.
I love
Be
that.
the master of your own self.
You said something that was super important, and I love it, which is, if you don't love yourself, nobody else will. And more importantly, if you don't appreciate and if you don't accept your own self, how can you expect somebody to accept you?
Accept you, exactly.
So you have to be able to accept yourself, and that's words of wisdom, just beyond the moon. Christina, is there anything you'd like to leave as a last inspirational word for our listeners?
Let us just live and do things with love. It makes a whole lot of difference, kasi talaga. If you're thinking, if you're speaking, if you're acting, if you're feeling or deciding, or whatever you do, just always make sure that it's coming from a place of love. It makes a whole lot of difference.
For all of our listeners, susubukan ko mag-Tagalog. Pasensya na kayo. Dito ako pinanganak sa States, so medyo baluktot yung Tagalog ko. I'm gonna ask Kristina. Kristina, would you like to go ahead and greet our amazing folks in the Philippines, as well as those amazing neighbors and family of yours in Valenzuela?
Magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat, sa aking pamilya, sa aking mga kamag-anak, mga kaibigan, mga mahal sa buhay, sa Valenzuela, sa kung saan man parte ng ng mundo dahil marami tayong mga kamag-anak sa Japan, sa Canada, sa US, sa Germany. So magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat.
It has been an amazing, amazing pleasure having Mutya Kristina Pacis on our show today. And she is a local hero, not only in Valenzuela, but for anybody who needs to hear this message. So once again, all of you who are listening, have an amazing, amazing evening, afternoon, morning, whatever part of the world you're in. And thank you again, Christina, for being part of the show and enlightening us with your amazing words of love, kindness, and wisdom. And good luck to you in September 2021 when you compete.
Thank you so much. And thank you to all the viewers. Love and light to everyone.